No, actually, it's really easy to shape them. The easiest way to shape them is put two fingers together like this to create like a V wedge, and then one more finger on the backside. It creates like almost a triangular extrusion point, so you get a really quick point on them, and then you just gently manipulate while it's still soft because it's friendly plastic and it takes a few minutes to harden up and to be non-malleable. So it's cosplay is specifically for me, and it is for my character Leica, who is the servitor bloodline for Inna Bathory. So when Inna comes out, it's the lip with the metal bit in the between. For Leica, it's going to be like the bicolored lip and the ears at the very least. So, sorry as I'm getting my multi-stream up. There we go. There we go. No, I can't eat with them in. I haven't found a way to make the structure solid enough that it could take a bite force. But then again, these are also temp dentures, so they're not super secure in my mouth. So I don't have a lot of bite force behind them, but I do want to look for ways in the future to make them strong enough that I could actually put some pressure behind them. So yeah. Hello, Schwag. How do you do? Am I a furry? No, that's the funny thing. I'm not a furry, but I do make furry art. I am an artist. I like to draw a lot of different stuff. I just don't limit myself to only human representations of stuff. But no, like I have no real want to like cover my face or wear one of those suits. Too hot, I would pass out. I'd be the worst furry ever. I'd constantly have the head off. Like no. But I do like doing like what they call a level 1, which is just like some basic makeup, maybe some ears and tails, but like it's not like a lifestyle for me. My lifestyle in particular is more of the leather variety. So yeah. Oh yeah, no worries. No worries. Try something. If you like it, like learn more about it. And if you try something and you don't like, by the way, thank you so much, Tyla and Ariana. If you try something and you don't like it, then you know you don't like it. Maybe you just appreciate the aesthetic of it. So for me, I appreciate the aesthetics of a fursuit because there's a lot of work and craft and care put into that. I'm a chatty Cathy, I know. Let's see if I can get this backed up into the right position. So there we are. Hey! How do you stay cool in leather? Ice packs. You can quite literally take an ice pack and fit it under. Make sure though it's a wrapped ice pack or a gelled ice pack or a gelled cooler. There's also the kind that can slip between the breastbone and cool you that way. Those are phenomenal. So, yep. Okay, let me get these slung on, jump through. And I did grab some of my others, so there's going to be more representations than just my red and gold. I don't know why they always think that I'm promoting a brand. Okay, go for it. Ah. Oh, hello and welcome. How do you do? Pardon as I am finding the ends of the lacing. There we go. Hello, hello. How do you do? Feeling they, them. So feel free to have at. So don't worry, that doesn't mean your miss is completely off. Just MX. You donated, and how much did you donate? Not to mention getting laced into, of course, it takes a few now, doesn't it? I need to make sure that my laces are in the correct position before I start. If not, it turns into a mess. it's not hard. I just have to take my time. Hey, how you doing, Sonia? I have to take my time getting in and making sure that I am adjusting to the pressure as I go, which means paying attention to my body. I have multiples. I am uncovering some of my blanks. I am realizing Desire does not fit in a way that I find conducive to wearing it, which is a shame. So I have to make a few adjustments on some of the ones that I have been working on because I've lost weight. I have lost enough weight that I have to reassess the potential non-snugness. Exactly. If I do it slowly, it's easier to readjust and not have my body try and fight it, which is what most people's body initially wants to do, is try and fight it. I made it. I took a historical pattern, I drafted a new pattern that fit my body better, and then I cut and sewed. And this is why I enjoy my corsets. This is why I take my time. Hopefully I will be able to raise some funding and get one of my die setters replaced, because I had an inexpensive 00 die setter for the grommets, and there's a defect in it, so it's not setting the grommets correctly, which is being a pain in the butt. Oh, thank you. So, Dress from Sheen. This came from the outside, yeah. Dress from Sheen, corset by me. Underpinnings, I believe, are from Adore Me. Yo. Hello, darling. How do you do? Thank you. So yeah, this is more of my Leica makeup. So Leica's going to have the bitone lip. Nice big fangs. Usually the dark over the eye. I don't have a Snapchat that's in that kind of way. I do have a couple of other sites, but you have to be clever to find them, so. Give me a second, I'm just making sure that I hit all of the ones that I want to. Because it is so dang hard to see past my tits. Why is it still hot? I don't know. Climate change? I blame the oil companies. I mean, you know, that's the best I can do. Like I said, you gotta be clever to find them. I would highly suggest looking for the keys to the kingdom in the throne room. Right. I mean, didn't we just have like 3 or 4 wild conflagrations going on just recently? Like, I didn't even know if they got any of those under control or if they're still raging, because, you know, California. Oh, really? I mean, for a while when I was first doing live streams, I would show exactly what was going on. Oops, this has shifted. There we go. I'm trying to shift this now. I have to turn away from the camera a little bit, because I have to shift certain things into place. These things have to either go up or down, so yeah. It has cooled down significantly. It is like, it's now only about 75 to 80 degrees inside versus, you know, pushing frickin' 90. I have wrist tattoo. I've got the one between my shoulders. Honestly, I would love to get more work done. but like I wanna think about what it is first. But I know that I'd love to get more work done, like on my back. I'm pretty sure I'd like to have something that would, kind of come down the arm, some pierce work up the thigh area. But like I have a lot of also really kind of cool scars on my body, so I don't know if I would want to cover those or if I would want to like accent those. Okay, so we're going to remain standing for this part. Because if I try, I'll show you now. But yeah, if I were to like sit down right now, I'm not comfortable because how far this is away from my body. It's not great. And also because this has too much room and it moves and it shifts in a way that I don't want. So right now I have to readjust my body into where it's supposed to lay in the corset and then tighten. Oh, swag, hush, you darling. If you went to Throne, there will be keys to the kingdom kind of at the top of the page. And if you're just looking for the other places I stream, YouTube and Twitch should be connected directly to my Blinks and Lio. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? I made my fangs from friendly plastic, aka thermoplastic. So this is where I start. You'll see me rock my body usually a little bit, so I'm figuring out what needs to be adjusted, if something needs to go higher or lower. Very they, them. I am feeling so very, very they, them. Pardon as I scooch over just a touch. Now let's see. That might just have to stay on. Okay. So again, we've made sure that, I've brought it down or up, whatever needs to go. So I've lifted these quite considerably. But again, I want to make sure that I'm above a certain line, because if not, when I close that gap, I'm gonna feel that pressure. Again, it is literally just displacing fat. I am not wearing it at a level that it would be pressing in on my organs. I specifically made this to cage these, because I am very chesty. And then it makes me sit ramrod straight. I'm that is the one thing. I am ramrod straight up and down. And so I'm going to give my overall system a little bit more time. I've got about 3 inches here. Sometimes 3 inches is enough. How often do you hear me say that? I forgot to put on the damn boots. Oh, for fuck's sake. See, now I'm having the internal battle of, do I unlace myself so that I can get my boots on? Or do I just sit here with my little socks on and my fishnets like a jackass? Oh. I'm like, okay, apparently yeah. You're just gonna see the thick thighs tonight. You're just gonna see the thick thighs. Right. And you always put on your shoes before you put on your corset or your bodice, because there's no getting down to that shit. It's like there's no zipping that shit up. What am I setting on that? There we go. Seriously? I don't have that much up there. I mean, right. It's less odd to stand in it because I'm supposed to be ramrod straight up and down, but like I could sit in it, I'm still comfortable, I could still breathe and do all the things. But I am very much elevated because this is meant for correcting my posture so that my spine can pop itself back in place. But thank you. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that at all. I was sly. I was completely sly. Nobody saw nothing at all. Nobody saw nothing at all. Again, I'm about as sly as the Keystone Cops, I'm just saying. It's either going to be really funny, or no, it's going to be funny. It's going to be fucking hilarious. So they are from Demonia. Here's some of my faves. Let's see if I stood for too long or if I... Can I get my foot in? Foot is currently in. Tongue. There we go. There's my flap. Recenter tongue. Flappy flap. Flappy flap. Okay. Ooh, I don't have the same leverage I normally would. And the tongue keeps wanting to shift over. Don't shift over. Tuck in, tuck in. I can't get the leverage I normally do. I can do this, I can do this. Oh yeah, it's definitely a big shoe. I'm a size 10. I'm a size 10 wide at that. Nope, I can't do it with the... I can do this. I can do this. No, I can't do this. Sort of can't do this. Nowhere, that's the fun part. I just like getting dressed up. Okay. Foot in, sock in. Don't tell me just because I grabbed a thick pair of socks, I was like, fuckers. Again, Keystone Cop. There's one. If nothing else, this is production value. Right? One down, one to go. Okay. Okay. Pull, pull. Come on, mildly inflexible toe. There you go, you bastard. Come on. I know. Thick socks, thick socks. I gotta get some tailor's, what do you call it, tailor's wax in here. Who's shifting under? There we go. There we go. Hi, darlings. Got it. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, let's put you up on the tabletop. Goodness gracious. That was a fight. There we go. Boots are on. Next time I'll put those on before I put on everything else. So, ta-da. Let's see. Hi. So this is another one that I'm working on. So that nice oxblood color. And then trying to slowly unfurl some of these. There we go. Right, and then I've got this one, which I absolutely adore. Like, the blue is just so rich. Favorite thing about my corset? Honestly, my corset helps me correct so many back issues that I have because of carrying these. Like the benefits that I actually get out of my corset doing its job is kind of fantastic. Oh, I don't think I grabbed the red one. Oh, no, there it is. It's like, I know that I had the red one here somewhere. That can go over there. That's lining. Here's another, right? Here's another one. This one is definitely not made for me, but this is a underbust corset. Actually, I mean, this might not be too off center, but yeah, like this is going to be a beautiful underbust corset for someone. I just have to get the, I need to get a replacement die setter so that I can put the grommets on. And then this is the one that I found out that the grommet setter wasn't actually setting them. So now I have to go back in and like double and triple check. So this one's probably going to be my problem child for a while. But yeah, like once I can get the new grommet setter, this will probably become like the corset that I wear quite often. Yeah, I still make corsets. I've just had a few, bumps here and there. And now I know that I'm hopefully going to be getting back onto the right road, so it'll just be a matter of getting certain bits of equipment replaced so that I can do it correctly, because the last thing you want to do is have poorly set or ill set stuff, especially when it comes to corsets, and then have a failure. Hello. I don't yet sell them. I do not yet sell them. They are very pricey. It's like $150 worth of just materials alone, 40 hours worth of work, like bare minimum. So I do not yet sell to the public. Oh, thank you. Nope. This does not interfere with my stomach. Now, firstly, my stomach has been modified because I had a gastric bypass, Roux-en-Y. But secondly, this is snuggest underneath my rib cage. not down into my waistline, so it doesn't displace organs and it doesn't really put any pressure on them. I do have a website, and it has some of my like art listed, some of my commissions listed, but I don't yet do corset commissions. I can actually tuck this forward just a touch because that's crawling up by my neckline and it's starting to make me paranoid. Oh yeah, that's better. Hello, darlings. How do you do? Don't worry, my eyes are brown too. Nope, mid-40s. You can! I found that at a thrift store for like $3. Go find yourself a goblet and quaffed away. I have, but again, it's one of those things that you have to have a lot of capital up front, a lot of money up front to cover all of the bits and pieces, the aglets, the grommets, the boning, and even the corsetry materials themselves are rather expensive. I'm not even gonna lie. This is coutil Japanese cotton, and then the outside is embroidered silk. So embroidered silk like $40 a yard, coutil's like $32 a yard, Japanese silk is somewhere between 12 and 20. So yeah, you know, it's a lot, but who knows? I like designing fashion, and I have a degree of it anyway, so why not? Oh yeah, anytime I do custom, it's like half up front, half when it is completed. If you don't suddenly feel like paying that other half, then I will put it up for sale, and when it sells, I will refund the other half. But yeah. Oh, see, I don't care about like age has never been something that has deterred me from doing things per se, especially as I'm getting older. Like, I've only got one life. Fuck it, let's do this noise. You know. I got my degree in Hollywood. If you know of the fashion design colleges in Hollywood, the ones at least that used to exist, yeah. And I also have a degree of psychology, which I absolutely adore because it fits really well into my leather-ish lifestyle. Knowing how people act and function, react, that kind of stuff is actually really helpful for getting to know people better and creating a more tailored storytelling experience. Right. I would like to travel a little bit. I don't know if I would want to just be like a jet setter. I want to go to like learn things like arts or, you know, design or how they do stuff old school, some of the new stuff that's trending, seeing how like old world is meeting with like modern design and creativity. So yeah. How did I end up with what combo? Are we talking like lip combo? Also, I have ADHD, so sometimes I just zip out. So pardon if I misunderstand something. Oh, there we go. Ugh. Sorry, that was my neck you heard cracking right there. Yes, these are my real nails. I'm giving it a few days to breathe. I usually have like polish or something on, but I want them to... Oh, so like I always wanted to learn psychology because I wanted to figure out why I was screwed up. I'm not screwed up. I'm traumatized. So yeah. But I studied a lot about like human sexuality as an educational factor. Um, Deviancy, LGBTQ, gender, all that kind of good stuff. Just because I wanted to do those things. I found them very, very interesting. And then how one presents themselves to the world can also say a lot about their comfort in their own mind and how they are trying to present to the world and whatnot. But yeah, like the two are very intermingled and people just don't quite realize it. But like you can say a lot from just how you dress. So yeah. How long did it take to put on? When I'm yammering away, usually about 20, 30 minutes. If I'm just dedicated, concentrated, under 10. We know I'm a talker. There we go. Sorry, I'm the fidgety type as well. How's everybody doing? Sorry, I've got 2 streams going on right now. So we've got the clock app, and then we've got YouTube, Twitch over on this side. And anybody has any questions, by all means, do feel free to ask. Sometimes it takes me a second because there is a general delay. This thing is tilted all the way back. Oh no! Oh, it's because I'm 6 inches taller. Oh, my vision is actually better than the average human being. So, like, I'm slowly getting closer to 20/20 vision, but I used to have like 10/20 vision. So yeah, like this is a pretty decent distance for me, but yeah, I can see for the most part what people are writing. What do I do for work? So currently I'm working freelance, audio, art, sometimes visual. Oh, it is? Yay! I was wondering because I stayed off the computer for about a week just trying to get my head back on straight. So I was like, oh, if they've got Total Mayhem, even better. But yeah, shit, I was talking to somebody else about something else. I just realized I got an extra 6 inches on me. Oh, what do I do for work? So, I do many things. I am a freelancer. Where in the heck? And yes, I am faced away for a reason. There we go. It's like, I actually need that extra 6 inches. Holy crap. But yeah, art, audio, visual. If you like spicier, where I am telling you what to do, yeah, that kind of stuff as well. Do you like super... Yeah, I like Deadpool. Like, X-Men was okay, but sometimes they really jumped the shark on some of their retellings, and I didn't think that they did a great job of it, so... I do love Kick-Ass. I just watched something called The Witch, oh, what was it? The Witch... It was all in Korean. It was so well done. Now I've got to get the name of it, and I've got to get it correct. So I watched it. It was fantastic. So yeah. Can you recommend something for me to listen to during neurospine procedure? Oh, and you have to be awake? Lo-fi. I would definitely say lo-fi will help quite a bit. It's a type of music that you can find on YouTube for free. They have like hours-long playlists. They are very, very good for helping you relax quite a bit. So yeah. Been moiring it up tonight. Like, yeah, no, trying to keep pace with Moira for a long time can be very draining. I am a Gemini Moon, or I'm sorry, Gemini, Sun, Scorpio, Rising, Aries, Moon. On Hulu? What's on Hulu? Wait, what? What? I have not yet seen the new trailer for the Thunderbolts. You think it would have come up by now because I'm on YouTube enough, so you would think trailers at any point in time would just roll on through, but no. Oh, Witches. Oh, is it? Is it? It Korean movie, right? Where I don't even want to give away too much of this, but yeah, young girl is found by like Korean couple running through a field. She's covered with muck. And, okay, yeah, it was so good. Oh, it was so good. I'm just like, oh, twisty turny. I like that. Like, is there another one? Like, is this part of a series? Because, you know, most things that are just like, you know, name and then like a tagline or something. This felt like a name that was like meant to be indicative of like a sequel or a franchise. So I'm kind of hoping for more of those. Those looked really, it was good. It was interesting. So far my day's going pretty well. I'm in my corset, my back is actually starting to decompress, and so I'm having a good time. Oh, Marvel just uploaded it. Okay, I'll probably track it down tonight after I've played a couple rounds of Mayhem. Yeah. Sorry, I fidget. I usually have to have something going on in my hands. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, hopefully in the next couple days I will actually start doing some sewing. And if I just seem to appear randomly, especially on Twitch, during the day, that's just me sewing and showing some of the stuff that I'm putting together. Because I would like to have more outfits for each of my characters and, you know, just even to hang around in. Don't know why those were so aggressively meeting in the middle, but they were making me uncomfortable. It was like two hams fighting to get out. So what is everybody up to? Slowly but surely, I'm sure you can hear my neck just pop. But again, this is why I wear the corset. I am wearing the corset to extend my back and to actually give my spine a chance to pop back into place, which is why I'm so ramrod straight. It's going well. It's going well. And I actually do have chapters done. Quite literally, I'm just going through the process of editing because I want to be able to post them pretty much at the same time. But yeah, like, because one of the stories deals with a person who has like a dissociative identity disorder, I'm also like going through and kind of checking to make sure that I have the right character speaking at the right time, because I use different fonts to note when they are speaking. But yeah. Hello, hello. How are we? But yeah, so the Witches movie that I watched. Oh, now I remember why. Because yeah, right after that I watched Ghost in the Shell, and it was Ghost in the Shell. What was it? 11 persons. And if you don't know Ghost in the Shell, Ghost in the Shell is that wonderful kind of head trip. It makes you think about not just what does it mean to be human, but like what does it mean to be a functional society? Like what does sacrifice look like? What does what does a corrupt government look like from the inside? And is really anybody a good guy, even when they're admitting that they've been bad guys? So yeah, I love those mind trip ones. I love the ones that really make you think. Hello, darlings. So which one should we do? Thank you so much, Tyler. Let's see. my nail points are actually getting in the way. Just a little. There we go. Are we talking Parasite, the one where there's a parasite on the guy's hand, or are we talking Parasite, the Korean one? Because I always hate it when like everybody loves a particular thing and then I don't end up liking it, and I was bored to tears. I tried so hard to like that movie, but like they were so insufferable, like subservient to such obvious abuse. And like I'm not saying that like Americans are any better, but like there was some shit that I'm just looking at him like going, "Are you out of your damn mind?" Like I just couldn't. I'm like I can't. I could not suspend the disbelief that a person would put up with that kind of bold in the face abuse and not snap like so much sooner or have so much more to say. And I was just like, I tuned out. Like I could not hold my attention to that movie, and I'm just like, everybody says it's so great and it's so wonderful, and I honestly I couldn't deal with it in the first 20 minutes. I'm sorry. And like usually I like those things that are like deep think pieces or have like social commentary, like Us and like oh god, like Get Out, like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like I like things that make me think. But yeah, just that I couldn't. I just couldn't. Oh my god, yes! Yes! Yeah, and like I freaking love Train to Busan. That is one of my favorite movies of all time. They did zombie movies good. Like they did such a service to like the zombie movie genre. But yeah, like Korean movies are fantastic, but like Parasite, I just couldn't. Yeah, but it's just like like there was certain interplay between characters that I couldn't suspend my disbelief that people would react the way they did. And I don't know what it is. I tried it once or twice, and both times I'm just like meh. Meh. Just I don't know what it was. I was just like I could not suspend my disbelief for whatever reason. But yeah, like Train to Busan was so freaking good. Now, Train to Busan 2, utter trash. Utter trash. They absolutely lost the plot of what that movie was supposed to be. They turned it into like straight up a zombie action film. They didn't continue any of the like storylines really from the first Train to Busan. I'm like, I'm not asking for perfection. I'm not asking for like to be blown out of the water with the depth of it yet again. But like the fact that they went so far to the action film side of it, I'm just like, but it wasn't supposed to be an action film. It was supposed to be a horror. Most of that horror was how they treated each other. But yeah, it wasn't supposed to be like a horror film in an action horror film kind of way. It was supposed to be horror in that they are put into an impossible situation. It is terrifying because they are civilians. And yeah, just they didn't do well at translating that for the second one. So yeah. Really? Really? You couldn't get into... Oh. See, and I loved Snowpiercer. I thought Snowpiercer was really well done. I think it was one of Chris Evans's better performances, honestly. It was great to see him not as a, form-fitted, clad superhero or a twink himbo Like, it was really great to see him outside of those roles, and he played it really gritty, and it was interesting. It was nice. I happened to enjoy it quite thoroughly. But yeah, like, I could understand, like, some people just could not get into that movie, and I understand that. Like, I totally understand that. Well, I think it was very much the allegory for capitalism. And it very much was end stage capitalism. So, yeah, it had to reach kind of that absurdity. But again, they had to contain it all within a very packed space. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So think. So everything that... okay, if you're not interested in listening to Snowpiercer's... If you're not interested into listening into any spoilers, I definitely say go now. But I'll give you a moment. Okay, so in Snowpiercer, you have to think of the lowest class, the poverty class, the one that, that all of the great actors come from, including Chris Evans. They're sacrificing their body, their labor, to the machine. They are what keeps that train running. Remember when they come to get a child so that they can clean certain portions of the train? Yeah, like the child labor that they used to have during, especially like coal mining, the Gilded Age, the rise of the industrial corporation and whatnot. What they are still doing in Africa, what they are still doing in some parts of Latin America, where they're having people hand digging coltan and cobalt and stuff like that. The lowest class does all the work. They aren't just there for free. They are contributing the most. And they are being withheld from in medicine, in food, in education, in enrichment. If you look around them, all of their cells, all of their bunks are like Texas prison style, or old workhouse styled slotted beds. So they're all just stacked in on top of each other. They're fed literal trash. They're fed the leftovers, the remnants, the dregs, as it were. And yet they are always expected to sacrifice more. And you see people sacrificing parts of their body in order to make sure people are fed. Sacrificing, big parts of themselves, like when there was a major famine that hit, like some of them lost arms, some of them lost legs. And yeah, like, it's wild. And yet, at each interval, they aren't met with, some of the resistance they are met with is from their own, going, no, we can't rock the boat, they'll make it worse, they're gonna hurt us worse. And then others are like, there's no worse. They're stealing our children from us. They are taking everything. They aren't feeding us. There is no reason or rhyme for the punishments that they give us, aka the prison industrial complex with its punitive measures rather than restorative measures. And so as they progress through each car, they see the things that they are being withheld from. And each time they are not being met head on by the richest. They're being held back by the lackeys. They're being held back by the middlemen, the armed security forces that they hire from the upper echelons. And the upper echelons are doing it because they have comfortable seating, because they have comfortable education, because they have more than enough food. But they only do that so that somebody can have less. Literally, if they all shared evenly, everybody could live a pretty decent and comfortable life. But because some wish to live better lives, they exploit others and make sure that they go without. So yeah, like it was just one big, long, very well thought out allegory for late stage or end stage capitalism. Necro-capitalism, almost. But yeah. I'm sorry, darling, I don't do shout outs. Sorry about that. Just for my own particular reasons. Oh, sorry. Gotta make sure that I'm not setting back with a bone where it don't belong. Hello, darlings. But yeah, like, Snowpiercer was good, but I could totally understand if somebody didn't like it. Because if you're not used to having to pick apart symbolism bit by bit, repeated theme by repeated theme, you're not going to know to look for it. And it's very particular in the lighting. It's very particular in the scene work. On the surface level, it just looks like an action movie. You get from the back of the train to the front of the train. But if you look at the layers and you look at who resists at each interval, who controls the politics, who controls the narrative, who controls the knowledge, and what do they do with that knowledge? Like, it's wild to see. And yeah, it's not till the very end you see absolute poverty in direct juxtaposition to absolute money and power. Thank you. Yeah, I these are the kind of things that I love to think about. These are the kind of things that I really like to do, is look at the themes of or the messaging in a lot of movies. Because some movies, it's just surface level. It is nothing but fluff, and it is totally okay to love those. I often do. But yeah, like certain movies, they're giving you a message, but it's layered. So as you start peeling apart the layers, it's like, oh shit, you're talking about a lot of different things. Because a lot of times we are told to think of things in very singular, power structure of just this. Whereas in reality, a lot of things are structured so that they interlink, and there's like a matrix that is built, a scaffolding that is built, and so it's multi-layered, and you have to think in order to take all those apart. Thank you. Oh, are the Marvel's Eternals, right? I'm honestly of two minds, and on one hand, I could see where people did not like the Marvel's Eternals, but that's because anytime, man, I'm a nerd. Let's do it. I know. With the Marvel's Eternals, I think it would have been better if they had made that a mini series, because the Marvel's Eternals is a very deep thought book. It deals with themes of like immortality, an inability to change, just following directives versus thinking for yourself. Like, is godhood something more than just fulfilling a role? What is your responsibility there within? So yeah, like it's a whole trip, and you need a TV show that can be slower paced in order to get that across. Trying to cram it all into one slightly longish movie, especially when it's high thought process kind of shit that you're giving really no background to, it's not going to come across as well. Hey. So I usually, once I take this off, I spray it down with 70% rubbing alcohol to kill any of the germs on the inside, any of the bacteria causing stuff. And then I also give it a sun bath for a good hour or so per side. And the sun is actually used as a sterilizer to break down again further things that could make it smell. When I need to, I take it in to get professionally cleaned. So yeah. Hey. Yes, and that's the whole thing, is like, they're not supposed to be as one-dimensional as they came off of. I can definitely give you that. But they're supposed to be slightly flat, slightly alien, because they are androids. because they are basically machines that are given a very specific role to fulfill, and once that role is fulfilled, they simply move on to the next planet and, do the thing again, and they're never supposed to question. That's why I think it was Selma Hayek's character was the one that self-destructed because they started thinking for themselves. That's why Thena, who was, I believe, Angelina Jolie's character, was starting to break down and become erratic and seemed to be having almost Alzheimer's. It's because the programming was corrupted and she was questioning what they were told to do, because what they were told to do is basically raise a planet to a certain level and then annihilate it. And she could not reconcile with destroying something that was so beautiful, that was so sentient, that had built its capacity for humanity and for art and for everything else. So yeah, like, yes, they were the protectors of that world, but they were protecting that world so that it could ultimately be food for something far more powerful. So yeah, like, that was driving her insane because her programming had been corrupted and she had basically learned empathy. Something that the rest of them had a lot more trouble truly feeling and being able to reconcile within themselves. So yeah, it's like, is she just crazy? No, she has empathy, and watching everything that she has helped raise and build and nurture just to be annihilated one way or another, like, yeah, nah, she couldn't reconcile that. Gilgamesh, who's the big guy from friggin' Train to Busan? I'm sorry, he is just, that man is fun as fuck. I try not to say too much because it comes out wrong out of my mouth. Something, want to run a Train to Busan on me. Just, oh, that man is, sorry. But yeah, like, right, he a good looking guy. Woo. Woo. Goodness gracious. No, but like, he has empathy, but it's empathy specifically for her character, and it's partially because her character, that misprogramming has rubbed off on him. I do a little bit of ASMR here and there, but I haven't like made a deep foray into it just yet. Having a little magnolia tea with strawberry simple syrup. But yeah, like, I really appreciated the want to do, the crafting that they wanted to do with the Eternals. But I think trying to put it into a movie was trying to put too much nuance, way too much nuance, into a very short time period. If they had done something like an 8-episode Eternals, that would have been much better. It would have been much better paced. I think it would have been put forward much better. You would have gotten a lot more nuance into each of these characters and why they act and react the way they do. But yeah, putting it into a movie was trying to move it far too fast, and they lost too much of the nuance, way too much of the definition. So yeah, it didn't come out the way it was supposed to. But again, it's one of those things that it reads at a slower pace, and it's meant to read at a slower pace because you have to think about things like ethics, about humanity, about morality. You know, do you warn the world? Do you say nothing? If you warn the world, they could panic and destroy themselves. You know, if you don't warn the world, then they may never know the amount of danger that they are in and do absolutely nothing to change the ways that are feeding into their own destruction. So yeah, it's deep thought, but yeah, done in a movie, you can't do it that fast. So no. Do I have any oh, hell no. No children. Never wanted them, never needed them. The idea of having them, absolutely no thank you. Not at all. But I knew early on that I never wanted them, and luckily cancer made it so that I never had to worry about that. And yes, I have a very Deadpool sense of humor, so yeah. Every now and again I have to press on the dentures to make sure they're still in there. But yeah. Hello everybody, how you doing? It has slowed down considerably. I am taking that in stride as it being Monday, but also how is everybody? It has been a little bit crazy these last couple days, has it not? And move you to the floor. So I'm trying to also find out all the best angles. Come on. Sorry. Wild ride over there. As I lay back. I do have a little bit of a sweet tooth, but it's not for like candy. It's never been for like nothing but syrupy sweet. I like things that are gently sweet. So like sweetened with honey or like Asian cakes, that kind of stuff. But yeah. Aww. Oh, I'm so glad that today is feeling good. Yeah, I know sometimes like, especially when you have like depression that likes to cycle, there'll just be days that like you wake up and you're no, I feel you. Like there are just days that it is hard to pull yourself out of bed, let alone function of any variety. But I'm glad that this day is feeling a little bit better for y'all. I think I need to stand up and wander around a bit. I am too fidgety sitting still. So, are we ready to wander back into the kitchen? Because I think I also need to reapply the dentures. I went kind of light on the glue today, and I can feel too much movement. So, I want to see if I can get these set back in place.